How long have I got, Tony?
Well, you have as long as you so desire,
Okay.
but at least an hour.
Okay.
Good deal. Uh, I'm going to go ahead and let these guys in, and we're going to get started. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of College and Career Pathways, where every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m., we provide you with information on various colleges and universities, skilled trade professions, financial aid resources, training programs, technical schools, employment opportunities, career readiness skills, all designed to help you make the best career decisions possible. I'm Toni Curtin, your host, and today we have Sarah from Detroit Institute of Music Education. They're going to be talking to us about their programs at Dime. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you so much.
We are so glad to have you.
Thank you very much. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hey, how are you
Hi.
all?
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us. So, first of all, is anyone here a musician or interested in the music industry or songwriting?
I am a musician. I have my degree in music education.
Amazing, Emily. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining. What instrument do you play?
I play piano and I'm also a vocalist, and I play a lot of other instruments at a beginner level.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone dabble with music production, beat making?
Well, I'm a musician in my mind.
That's good enough, Tony. That's good enough. Um, so my background is in the music business. I am not talented. I cannot sing. I can play piano, but not very well. But I grew up in the music business, and so I started my career as a tour manager, touring the UK and Europe. I had the opportunity to tour with artists such as Michael Jackson,
Oh, wow.
Prince, Tom Jones, Power Rangers. I had an amazing time working on the road and honing my skills in tour management and live music production. Then I had an opportunity to go and work for Sony Music in the UK, where I was international promotions manager for UK artists out in the rest of the world. So I got to travel a lot to Japan, all the countries in Europe, to America, and around the UK many, many times. I had a fantastic career working at a record company. I worked very, very hard for 5 to 6 years. And after that, we went into music education because myself and my partner realized that there was no one training young people to work in the modern music. There's lots of training in classical and jazz music, but very little in modern music and the music business and songwriting. And we felt very passionately that we had great careers in the music industry, and why shouldn't other young people? So a big part of our curriculum, whether you study guitar, bass, drums, vocals, songwriting, or music business, is to teach and train students on the music business. So to understand that it's not just about being creative, but you have a responsibility as a musician to also understand the music business. And that's very important. The music industry is a very young industry, and so there's a lot of people that don't make good business decisions or meet the wrong people that perhaps aren't as honourable as they should be. So really helping young people understand the music industry is a big part of what we do. So welcome. Dime also is partnered with Oakland University. So we are in the School of Music, Theatre and Dance. And if you choose to come and study at Dime, you will be getting your Bachelor of Arts degree in music from the university, from Oakland University. Oakland University has a great music, theatre and dance department. They've collaborated with world-class faculty, and students are transformed with experiences in the classroom, rehearsal space, practice room, studio and beyond. And for Dime to partner with Oakland University, that's something we're very proud of, because not only they have great faculty, but they have great facilities also for students, and they really understand how education should equal employability. I'll tell you a little bit about Dime now. Because we had our careers in the music industry, we have a little Dime ethos. And it's really important to us that young musicians and songwriters understand how to play simple things well. Complicated doesn't always mean better. It's important that we have academic equality between modern and traditional and classical and jazz musicians. We feel that a lot of musicians who are interested in the modern music industry aren't respected by jazz and classical players, and we're here to try and change that. Our curriculum is very much focused on live music as opposed to recorded music, but we do have recording classes in our curriculum, such as fundamentals of record production. And we have a class we're running online at the moment called Session Styles, which is a recording-based class. We feel passionately that there's a lot of musicians in the music industry that weren't classically trained, and they're ear trained. So we also teach oral skills as well as traditional music theory skills. All our instructors have had careers in the music industry in Detroit and also nationally across America and internationally. And we feel that faculty members should be able to bring their real world experience back into the classroom. So quite often you'll find our faculty on tour, on national tours with big artists. We, as well as having our campus in downtown Detroit, I'm not sure if anyone has seen it or been to the building, but you're all welcome when this pandemic passes. We often have shows in our basement. We have a 200 capacity live music venue where we have open mic nights. We do rock gigs, we do pop gigs, rap gigs, lots of events. So you're all welcome to come and join us. And most of our events are free entry to the public. So we have a campus-based facility in Detroit, but we also do a lot of teaching online, like you guys. So we have been teaching online for 6 years, and we have students studying in 27 countries around the world. So if you decide to come and study with Dime and Dime Online, you can be part of a worldwide community, which is really exciting when you're creating music, because you could be influenced by a songwriter in South Africa or a DJ in Finland. So that can bring really interesting new sounds and new concepts to music. We want equal opportunity for non-playing musicians via our entrepreneurial curriculum, which I already touched on. And we embrace online study along working in the music industry. So some of our students actually have part-time or full-time jobs alongside studying. So they can really enter the music industry whilst they're studying for their Bachelor of Arts degree program. It's really important when we think about what students can achieve, and we set realistic and achievable goals for all Dime students. So we set students up to succeed. We want you to do really well in the music industry, and we want you to do really well at your studies. So there's a lot of support that goes into working with every Dime student. And of course, the entrepreneurial spirit of being self-employed in the music industry, which potentially can feel quite scary in this pandemic. But when the pandemic passes and the music industry opens up, there's going to be a lot of people that want to go out and listen to live music. They want to go to DJ shows. So our students and our graduates are going to be at the forefront of those jobs that are going to open up in the coming months. Fingers crossed. Does anyone have any questions so far? Do stop me if you do. Okay, so our students at Dime, as well as studying general education requirements with OU, the Dime classes include classes such as pre-production and live performance workshop, where students can jump on a stage, learn the song of the day, generally a cover, and learn how to perform in bands in the spirit of a live show. So it's really important for young musicians to get as much practice as possible. So that practice starts when you start studying with Dime. I already mentioned fundamentals of record production. There's classes such as record label operations, music industry professional project, domestic music market. They're all music industry focused classes. So you will understand how the music industry works and what jobs are available in the music industry. So some of our students, whether they're guitar, bass, drums, or songwriters, or vocalists, they come thinking they want to be the next Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, or Eminem, and then during their studies they realize that there's a whole host of other incredible job opportunities in the music industry that can give you a little bit more security. So opening up those classes to students is something we very much focus on, because we also recognize that not every student is going to have a #1 record. So being part of OU at Dime means that you have access to Oakland University's campus, which is in Rochester, Michigan. They have classrooms, rehearsal space, practice rooms, studios, and student housing, as well as gen ed classrooms and theatre spaces. So it's an incredible campus. I'm not sure if anyone has been there or seen it, but it really is a special place if you want to go and visit one day. And at Dime, we're in the centre of downtown Detroit in Capitol Park. We occupy 3 floors of a building that was built in the 1920s. It feels very historical. It's a special building. And we have 6 classrooms, 2 student hangout areas, 2 recording facilities, and the live performance venue that I already mentioned. And these photos are taken in our building.
Sarah, you're still on slide 1.
Oh, well, thank you for letting me know. Hang on. Is it the same? Hang on. Let me share again. Can you see that?
There you go.
Great. Okay. Apologies about that. I had some nice pictures too. So I was on this slide. So these are some photos of the building in downtown Detroit on Griswold Street. Here's some of our faculty. They're all working in the music industry. Eric Gaston is head of drums. He's played drums for Big Sean, Charlie Wilson, amongst others. Audra Kubat has won many Detroit music awards. She's a folk artist. She's incredible. And Drew Schultz here, he teaches session styles, drums, and fundamentals of record production. And he is an expert on Motown and Motown artists. And he's worked with the Four Tops, the Temptations, and even played with Aretha Franklin. So all our faculty, this is just an example of 3 of them, but they all bring their live music experience back into the classroom, and they can share networking opportunities with you, and also they book many masterclasses. These are some of the artists that have come into Dime. I'm not sure if you recognise any of them. There's Tomo from a band called 30 Seconds to Mars. In the middle there is Alicia Cara. She visited Dime Detroit, and all these students had the opportunity to play and sing with her. We have George Clinton here on the bottom left, and Usher came in to tour the building. So this is just an example of some of them, but again, it's really important, as well as faculty working in the music industry, we want to bring the artists that are successful, and people from record companies and publishing companies and tour managers. So they bring all that experience back into the classroom. And if you're a student at OU and Dime, you can learn from that experience and network through those opportunities also. Internships and work study opportunities. I think, as I said before, for students to start on a program and feel like they've already entered the music industry is really important to Dime. So we work very closely with many companies in Detroit, Michigan, and nationally in the US to offer internships and work study opportunities for students. So Vintage King, a great company out in Ferndale, they have a lot of vintage equipment. So they bring old guitar amps and desks and microphones into Dime for students to try and test. And we've taken students to their workshops as well, so they can look and see how some of these instruments and amps work on the inside. Paxahow, they're involved with Movement Festival. You've got Bled-Fest, which was a heavy metal and rock festival. Fusion shows, they're out in Pontiac, and they book a lot of gigs and shows, Dime building in our venue, and give students the opportunity to work backstage on the lighting desk, on the door, etc. Assemble Sounds, Three Stacks Music Festival, and this year we have a mentorship program with Electric Forest Festival, which is out in Rothbury in Michigan. So we have a group of students that are studying music industry event management, and they're learning all about that festival, and hopefully some of them will get the opportunity to work the festival in the summer. So here are some of the albums we've released. They're student albums. They're called Dime Sessions. We've released 4 volumes, and all these records are available on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, and the students get the opportunity to work with real producers in recording studios. And then the music industry studies students are involved in the setup, release and promotion of these records. Has anyone released music yet so far? Anyone got the desire to release music? Not yet? Okay. So we're super proud that Dime has been featured in Billboard's top music business schools 2 years in a row. And Billboard is the leading music magazine in America. It's an industry magazine. It's very, very successful and very famous. So Dime has been featured in the top music business schools in the whole of the United States. And we're alongside schools and colleges like NYU, UCLA, Pepperdine University. So to have a school in Detroit that's featured in America's top music business schools is something we're really proud of, and I hope you guys are as well. Oh. So as well as our Bachelor of Arts programs, we also do some short courses online if anyone's interested. And these are really great if you think you might be interested in songwriting or playing an instrument or the music business, but you're not sure. So the online short courses are just 6 weeks. They run throughout the year. And some of the programs are music biz basics, beat making and DJing, technique classes in guitar, bass, drums and vocals, and also a songwriting class. It's a really great opportunity to get a taste of the music industry. We also run summer programs for students up from the age of 12 on upwards. And it's a really exciting summer program, and hopefully in the summer we can run it in person again. But the students will learn 4 songs in 1 week. In the morning, they learn on their instrument the song of the day, and in the afternoon they jump on stage and they perform the songs. It's really important for young people to learn to play with others and not just one-to-one lessons. And also they get the experience to play on stage with a big PA system, a light system, And then on the 5th day, we invite parents, friends, and family to come, and we have a live gig in the venue. So that's really exciting. I don't know if anyone is aware of the how big the music industry is in Detroit, but I think this is really exciting. So there's over 7,000 people employed in the local music industry, and in 2012, earnings reached over $170 million. That's a lot of money to share for people that are working in the music industry, and $8 million of that went to performers. And there's so many venues in Detroit. If you think about all the bars and restaurants and the bigger venues like St. Andrews Hall, Cobo Centre, and others, there are 486 music industry establishments in Metro Detroit with an average of 12 employees, and at least 38 Grammy Award winners from in the last 5 years have either come from Detroit or have a Detroit connection. So that's fantastic. Can anyone name any artists from Detroit that may have won a Grammy?
Stevie Wonder.
Yep, for sure. Anyone else? No, okay, we'll get to that in a sec. This is a little clue. Do you recognize any of these people?
Greta Van Fleet.
Greta Van Fleet, yep. Anyone know who this is? Who is it?
Is that Lizzo?
That's Lizzo.
Yeah.
And you must know this guy here.
Eminem.
Yeah, easy. MC5s, and of course lots of Motown artists. And this guy, does anyone know who he is?
Big Sean.
Big Sean. You got it. Well done. So here are some of our students. Angelo, he's a graduate student. He was voted Best Musical Artist of 2019 in Metro Times in his band The Lows. They're a rock band, a really exciting band, up and coming band. If you like rock music, I suggest you go see them soon. This young girl, Kiara Jackson, she is an incredible vocalist, but she actually studied on the Music Industry Studies program because she wanted to go into the business side. And the day after she graduated, she relocated to New York because she got a job with Republic Records, which is one of the biggest record companies under the Universal Music label group. She worked in New York for a year, and then she got promoted and relocated to Los Angeles. That's super exciting for Kiara. She's going to be a music exec and one to watch in the future. And here is Edgar Duanis. And Edgar works behind the scenes. He worked at the Fox Theatre for a year before he got offered a job at one of Latin music's biggest promoters. So he's off on his career and he's doing exceptionally well. Here's Jimmy Showers. Jimmy Showers is a guitar player. He got a job working with Uncle Kracker on tour, and he worked with him for 2 years and worked his way up from being an assistant tour manager to actually playing guitar with the band. So he looks really happy there. Max here, he's working at Grove Studios. He's doing really well. He's a marketing expert. And here is Dalton Sitzler, and he plays drums and tours the country with many bands. He's a session player. So just here's a little slide about what DIME students say. A lot of DIME students are non-traditional students. We have a lot of first generation college students and students that didn't feel like they could or would get a place at university. So, you know, I felt like a freak before I came to DIME, and now I found my family. Having instructors that can give me constantly challenging and valuable content is a blessing. Being a guitarist at DIME gives me a sense that a plateau in skills doesn't exist. There's always something to improve on. at Dime, learning how to perform by myself and be completely comfortable on stage and confident in who I am, who I choose to be as an artist. So, you know, we talk about Dime being like a development deal, and within the four walls of the building or our virtual building, it's a very, very safe space. So we encourage every young musician, songwriter, and music industry studies to break outside the mold, and really work on their skills, because it is a safe space, non-judgmental, and if you develop your skills while you're at Dime over 4 years, you'll be ready to succeed in the music industry. Students say, what are some of the best things about Dime? We already talked about hearing real life experiences from faculty active in the music industry. The fact that they're surrounded by musicians all of the time is very inspiring. And, you know, there's a lot of peer-to-peer learning that goes on with students as well, which is important. Lots of students talk about Dime as a family. And we do think we're one big family, which we really enjoy. And we have very intimate class sizes and individual instruction as well. Does anyone have any questions? Not yet.
Actually, I
Okay.
have a couple.
Sure.
Financial aid. Do you offer financial aid for students?
We absolutely do. So as all Dime students will be students of Oakland University, Oakland offer financial aid. So students can apply for FAFSA like they would if they're a student of
Great.
Oakland or any other university.
Great. Also, what are the admission requirements for students?
So the admission requirements, OU require students to have a GPA of around 2.2 or higher. And we also, Dime will audition every student.
Mhm.
So we will sit down and have a one-to-one session with students and audition if they're a musician or a songwriter, look at the skills and look at the technique they already have to make sure that Dime is the right place for students. And if they're a music industry studies entrepreneur, we like to have a conversation about what their career goals are, because we want students to succeed on the program. So if we feel that a student's, say, for example, guitar playing isn't strong enough, we will suggest working with one of our faculty member before we accept students into the program. And also for OU, if a student's GPA is lower than required, then they work with community colleges, and they could advise on the gen ed subjects that students can take that they can then transfer into the program.
So then students can go to community college, um, finish their liberal art program, and then
Yes,
transfer into your program.
absolutely,
And
they
then they
can.
would get their bachelor's in one of the three categories that you offer.
Yes, that's
Great.
correct.
That's great.
That's correct.
And
Um,
what would
so
you
I could,
say is your the success rate of completion for your students?
success rate of completion. So we run a cohort model. So we like students to, we encourage students to graduate in 4 years. But it doesn't mean you have to. So if you look at the success rate of students, we've been in Detroit for 6 years, and I think 78% of our students who have continued on the program have got a degree within those 6 years.
Good deal.
Yeah, I think being part of a cohort model is really important with the success of students, because if you start with a group of 20, 40 or 60 students, students tend to be more focused to stay together as a cohort. And so they support each other and work with each other to ensure that they are all in the same classes and they kind of grow together. And that works really successfully for the music industry, because at the end of the day, because the music industry is a creative industry, a lot of opportunities come through relationships. And so if you're in a cohort with a student, with a group of students, the likelihood is you will work with them in the industry at some point during the next 20 or 30 years.
Wow.
So also, I'd like to just make you aware of the other programs that OU offer as part of the music, theatre and dance. They have a very strong theatre program and a really strong dance program. So I can forward this presentation to Toni later so you can get the link. So if you are interested in a theatre or dance program, or in fact any other music program that OU offers in the jazz or classical or music technology field, then you can email anyone over there in the admissions department, and they can get back to you to tell you a little bit more about that program, their programs.
Good deal.
OU also offer academic scholarships, and there's numerous academic scholarships that are awarded automatically based on your GPA and test scores. And so if anyone is interested in studying in fall 2021, then you really should start thinking about applying earlier, because the earlier you apply, the more scholarships there will be available. So here's a list of the Department of Music majors and minors, as well as the DIME Bachelor of Arts in Music. They also offer a BM in Instrumental Performance, Voice Performance, Instrumental Music Education, Vocal Music Education, Piano Performance, Piano Pedagogy, Music Technology, and they offer minors in Jazz Studies, Liberal Arts Music, minor in Music, Music Theory, and World Music. So OU really do have a very, very strong Department of Music, Theatre and Dance. I won't read them all out because I think you can read them. Here's some of the other majors and minors in theatre and in dance. And actually, we're working with some of our students on the OU at DIME programme to come up with an independent degree path, because we have some students that are very focused on music but also have experience in dance. So OU are willing to create an independent degree programme. OU also offer the opportunity to be a virtual major for a day. I think this is really exciting. You can sit and observe on a class or two, meet the department chair. So again, if you're interested in doing that, I'd highly recommend that you do. And again, I can send this out to Toni so you can get the links. And that's DIME. So that's downtown Detroit on Griswold Street. So we occupy the first floor, the second floor, and the basement. So if you're ever out and about when we don't have the virus, please stop by and say hi. Thank you for listening. So I'm going to turn this off so you can see me. And let me know if anyone has any questions.
Sarah, I wanted to ask you, what is the tuition rate for DIME? Is it the same as OU or no?
It is the same as OU.
Okay.
And OU have a different tuition rate for lower level classes and upper level classes. So the lower level rate, I think, is around $480 a credit hour. And the upper level class is $519 a credit hour. Yeah, so if you take 15 credits a semester, it works out somewhere around $7,000.
Okay. And those summer courses that you were talking about, is that subject to admission? Can anyone take them?
Anyone can take them. No audition required for the summer programs. And for 5 days, it costs $199. And then the short courses I mentioned that we offer online, they're $99 for a 6-week short course.
And the age range for that summer program is
12 plus.
okay.
Yeah, and we've had students in their 60s and 70s that want to come and have an experience singing or playing guitar and playing drums, as well as students as young as 12 years old.
Wow, that's awesome. You guys have any questions? I don't want to take up all of Sarah's time.
So, Mary, you say that it sounds exciting and you wish you were musical. Um, I'm not musical, but I have a great career in the music industry. So, I think having an appreciation for music can be enough.
Now, you said you started as a tour manager.
Yes.
What exactly does that entail? What does that mean?
Okay, so I work with a young band in the UK, and their live agent would book a tour, right? So let's take America. Say the band were going to play New York, Miami, LA, Detroit, and Nashville. The tour manager's job would be to organise everything to get the band from their homes onto stage and to the next gig. So the tour manager will book the travel, would make sure they have the right equipment, would book hotels, would make sure there was food available for the band, make sure the venue was ready, that there was a backdrop, the lights are working, they've got their sound guy with them. So it's the tour manager's job to manage everything when it comes to putting on the tour. So it's a big job, but a very exciting one.
And Dime offers a course that teaches you how to do that.
Yes, it's part of our music industry studies program,
Wow.
and it's called Live Tour Management. But also, if you're a musician or a songwriter, you can take electives, so you could also take that class.
Wow. That's really awesome.
Yeah, and actually, women are really good tour managers. They're organised, you see.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys have any questions?
No, thank you.
Yes, a lot of great information. I'm excited to share with my students, and just to know about it is awesome. Thank you.
Please do. Thank you so much. And our website is www.dime-group.org. So you can have a look at that, and you can email me from any of our info addresses on the website, and someone will get back to you.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for your time and all the wonderful information you provided. Again, I am such a huge fan of your program, and I love to expose our students to it because so many of them always say, "Oh, I want to be a musician. I want to be a rap artist. I want to be a, you know, writer, songwriter," and they don't know where to go. They don't know where to
Right.
begin. And your program is excellent, as I say, because it not only cultivates their talent musically, if they are singers or musicians, but it also gives them that sound foundation business wise so that they know what to do and how to do it and be functional and not just being pushed along throughout the industry.
Exactly
So
right.
thank you again, and I
It's a
appreciate it.
pleasure.
And we'll be in touch.
It's a pleasure. And I love the fact that you guys are online and that's what you do. I
Yeah,
think I think it's really important in this day and age that everyone embraces online study because it can
absolutely,
be fantastic and very beneficial.
absolutely. You have to take the walls down and the handcuffs off, and be innovative and flexible, willing to pivot at every turn. Because if not, you're going to be left behind.
Right. And I think a lot of schools and colleges have realised that now with COVID-19.
Sure, sure. It really has opened up a lot of eyes to um, new ways and new perspectives.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Thanks,
you guys are like,
everybody.
we've got this.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. for joining.
Mary, sorry, you're saying how many students are in a cohort? So classes are no more than 20, but generally kind of between 10 and 12.
Good deal.
Great. Well, thank you, Toni. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to see you all. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I'd love to welcome you to Dime Detroit at some time in the near future.
All right. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.